Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back into the video, and today I am going to be doing a different video I normally don't do, but today I'm going to be talking about this, the KitKat bar. This is my favorite candy bar. You can see this right here. It's just nothing out of the ordinary. I'm going to be comparing this because I recently found out that this is not the only version of a KitKat bar that you can get. Now, I live in the United States, obviously, so this is what you'll see if you're in the United States. This is what you'd see if you go there, but this is not what you'd see if you live in any other country outside of the United States. So if you live in Canada, if you're watching this from Canada, if you're watching this from Mexico, if you're watching this from the United Kingdom, this KitKat bar is not something you would see in your store to buy. So I recently found that, so I was like, KitKat bar is my favorite candy bar. So, again, this thing right here is my favorite candy bar. Right here. This is my favorite candy bar. Okay? So, if this is my favorite candy bar, and this is not the version like that every other country outside the United States has eaten, I would like to get my hands on one of these. So I was like, I'm probably going to have to go to Canada, because I've been to Canada before, but, probably going to have to go across the Peace Bridge or something like that to get my hands on a KitKat. But little did I know that, luckily for us, that we're in the age of just buying stuff online, right? So I was able to find this pretty easily. So this is the international version. So if you live outside the United States, this is what you're used to seeing. If you're one of my viewers that don't live in the United States, this is the version you're seeing. I got this from Amazon. It is a 4-pack, and it was $8.69. So yes, I was very happy to see this. And you can see on here on the packaging right here, besides the fact that it looks completely different, you can see that Nestle's are the ones on the package, which is kind of interesting when you think about it, because when you see the KitKat bar here, you can't even tell who actually is making this unless you do your research and know who it is. Obviously, I know who it is. It's Hershey's. So here it is. You can find this right on the back here. It says it right there. The Hershey's company are the ones that produce these KitKat bars in the United States. Where here you can see Nestle's right on the top of the box. So they let you know right away that, this is Nestle's. So what is the origins of this? So why is there a KitKat bar in the United States that looks like this, and then there is a KitKat bar that looks like this in every other country except the United States? Well, there's a little origins to this. So basically, there was a company in the United Kingdom that created the original KitKat bars. They tried, I guess, in the 60s to try and, expand into the United States market, but it didn't work out. So then a decade later, they decided to work with the Hershey's company, and they signed in the early 70s a distribution perpetuity deal, which basically means it is a binding contract, and kind of like the equivalence of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how those characters are basically stuck in Sony's control and other studios' controls, etc., etc. That's basically what happened here with the KitKat bars, in a certain way, for people that like Marvel. Hershey's company got the rights to the KitKat bars in the United States exclusively. So the UK company basically controlled everything else except for KitKats in the United States. That would be handled by the Hershey's company. However, then around in the 80s, a decade later, Nestle's decided to buy out this UK company, and by doing that, they controlled the IP of all the candies that they ever produce, including the KitKats. However, because of the pre-existing contract that was signed by the Hershey's company prior to the acquisition Nestle's made for the UK company, they basically controlled the rights for the KitKat bars in the United States forever, and still do to this day. The only way the Hershey's company will lose the rights to these KitKat bars is if they go out of business or they are sold to another company. So basically, if somebody tries to take over the Hershey's company, then Hershey's contract is voided. That's the only two ways. So basically, the United States is stuck with the Hershey's company owning the KitKat bars for the rest of eternity, basically. However, I still would like to try these. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, compare these and see what the difference is here. I chilled them a little bit so they wouldn't melt, but we've been kind of touching them for a while here. So I'm going to open these up. So it's kind of unboxing. This is really kind of, unheard of for me. I have never had this international version before, okay? KitKat bars are my favorite candy bar. So this candy bar right here is my favorite candy bar, okay? I've never had this version, so I'm very eager to see what this is like, and see how different it is, and maybe this will become my favorite now, since it's supposedly the recipe is different. So, and look at this even here. Okay, so they do actually keep the, have a break of that KitKat bar. Have a break of that KitKat bar is even on there as well. I don't know if they changed that, because I thought it was "give me a break." I thought that was their catchphrase. It used to be in the commercials, at least. So here's a little bit of the difference. So right off the bat, the international version has 230 calories. It's covered. Another flaw. It's covered. So, hold on. I don't know why it's covered. Okay, so the US version has 210 calories, and the international has 330 calories. From my understanding, there's a lot, from some reviews that I have seen myself from people doing, it seems like this is supposed to have more chocolate in it. So will it have more chocolate than it? Let's see. So we're going to taste test this first, because this is what I'm used to. Okay. So as you can see, and this is some of the things that I saw in reviews, is that you can see a little bit of the wafer on the Hershey's. Some of them are filled, like the far one is filled, but you can see a little bit on there. And that's one of the things that I actually heard in the reviews when they've compared this to this, is this is supposed to be coated all the way. That, like, you're not supposed to see a single KitKat bar have this being shown on it. That's what I've heard. So we're going to bust this out, and we're going to see. Pretty coated. That is pretty coated. Holy shit. Look at that right there. That is pretty coated compared to this. Compared to the US version. Because that was one of the things that I had heard, was it's not coated all the way. You can see that. You can see only the one is coated all the way. This one, the international one, it's coated all the way. Let's just pull it up. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have the US version first. This is the version that I'm used to. Just see regular KitKat on it. I'm out of the order. got the delicious sweetness to it that I like. Okay. Now, let's try this. Now again, they even got the logos better too on this. All right, here we go. This is my first time ever eating this, by the way. I can definitely taste there is definitely more chocolate in this. There's definitely more chocolate in this. I wouldn't say the sweet is any different. A lot of people have been saying that the sweet is different. I don't know about that. But I can definitely taste more chocolate in this than I can definitely taste more chocolate in the international version versus the US version. I can tell you that right now as someone. But again, this presentation already makes me feel this is better because, again, you can see that they coated it the whole way. So you can tell that there's more chocolate in this compared to this. So that to me is a W right there. I mean, Hershey's Company, what are you doing? You're holding out on us. You're holding out on us, man. Yeah, this definitely has, the international version definitely has more chocolate in it. This has a more heavier taste to it. And I say, Hershey Company, you're holding out on us with the chocolate. I have to, I don't think there's that much of a difference as people are hyping up. The only difference that I say the Nestle's gets on the US version is there's more chocolate. There's definitely more chocolate in it. I don't think it's sweeter than it. They relatively taste the same. I was expecting this to be a lot different. But it isn't. The only difference I see, and I will concede to that, is that there's more chocolate in it. And that does make it better because it does have more chocolate, so you're getting more of that taste of the chocolate, which is what you want. You want the damn chocolate, right? That's why you're eating a Kit Kat, is for the chocolate. So, for that, W for the international version. The international version wins because it has more chocolate. I don't think it's sweeter than it. I shouldn't say. I think it's sweet. It still tastes fine. It tastes fine. I just don't think the taste is any different than what you get from the US version. Other than you can definitely taste more chocolate in this, which I like. I like that there's more chocolate. So yeah, W goes to the definitely the international version for sure. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Comment, rate, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for latest content. Thank you. I'm out. Give me a break, guys. S is Ultimate Goku out of here. Peace.